All right, so let's go to one of the big stories we have for you this evening, and the planned funeral of the late Manye, the paramount queen of Ghana State, Her Royal Majesty Na Dede Omaidru III, is in limbo after an injunction was secured against the interment. The Ghana traditional state had cautioned business owners to adhere to a directive of shops to close in respect to customs during the final funeral rites processes which had been started as of Monday. But a High Court injunction cited by TV3 as secured by the family of the late Queen Mother is restraining all members of the funeral planning committee from proceeding with the ceremony. No clear reasons have been provided for the decision. However, the injunction has been sought and given by the court. And there are those who are asking what exactly may have necessitated or triggered this court action against the funeral or the much anticipated funeral of the late Queen Mother of the Ghana State. Let's speak to private legal practitioner and lawyer for the family who's joined as Counsel Thomas Blovu. A very good evening to you. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you very much.
You are lawyer for the family that has sought injunction against the funeral. What exactly is the reason behind this legal action?
Okay, thank you very much for your listeners. The fact remains that both the paternal and the maternal families from which the late Queen Mother hailed from were actually denied any planning process. They don't have any access to whatever goes on in the funeral committee. Initially, they were promised that they will be participants or they will participate in the planning process, the planning organization, and all the processes that will lead up to the funeral of the late Queen Mother. Unfortunately, they were actually sidelined, and as we are all aware, they were only told or heard in the newspapers that the funeral will be held from tomorrow onwards. And so they were actually not involved, and they think it wise to engage the funeral committee instituted by the Ghana Traditional Council. And they were not given audience. All attempt to persuade them that every individual in Ghana, yourself, myself, comes from a family. And there's no entity called, what is the name, Ghana Traditional Council, that anybody comes from or hail from. And so the body or the remains of the Queen Mother belong to the two families. And they are saying that they are not aware. Even the burial place, the tomb is not ready for them to bury their relative. The house or the palace was destroyed and they are trying to rebuild it. It is not yet complete. And what they heard was that a funeral date has been fixed. In fact, initially, the arrangement was that the funeral committee will help them put a decent building for the funeral to take place. Along the line, they deny or they refuse all this, and they were left in the dark. And the only remedy available to them is to go to court and restrain. In any case, who are the funeral committee? Are they members of the two families? They are strangers. They are a group of, will you call them chiefs or queen mothers or whatever. And they want to take over a dead relative. It is uncalled for. Okay. And that is the reason they've gone to the court.
Okay, so Counsel, have you served the traditional council who we were told are the organizers of the funeral? Have you told them? Have you served them?
Yes, so the process is ongoing. I believe that by tomorrow morning, I'll be giving the feedback as to whether or not they have been served. For now, I know they've gone to the court and the bailiff, and the representatives of the applicants went out to effect service. But I have no information as to whether that has been effected.
Okay, so from what you are telling us, throughout this entire planning process, the direct family of the Queen Mother were not part of the planning process, and you believe, or your clients believe, that placing an injunction on this will draw their mind to it. So what exactly are you seeking? That they involve the family in the process? Is that what you're seeking, or if not, what else?
No, you see, these are men and women. I'm talking about my clients who have some rules like performing some customary rites. They have to prepare and do many other things before the burial takes place. Right. And they have been sidelined. For example, the head of family have to perform some rites on the stool, the falling stool, right, and also on the dead body. But they were denied access of what goes into all this. Okay. And so what would they do? Yes.
Okay, we are told that the body of the Queen Mother is also missing. Has that come to your attention?
No, that is not true. We have the custody of the body remain. The family has the custody, and I'm not aware of that one.
Okay, right. So from what you say, tomorrow there will be no funeral because of the injunction. That's what your expectation
exactly
is.
That is what we are saying, so that all of them should come to the drawing board, okay, and reason together and agree on the modalities, the planning process, the programming, everything, okay, so that they will give a befitting burial.
All right.
To
Thomas,
yes.
Thank you so much for your time. Certainly a subject I will be keeping a close eye on. He's a lawyer for the family of the late Queen Mother of the Ga Traditional Council, whose funeral was expected tomorrow but might not come off per the court injunction.